Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Baba wants all of us to become equal to him, right? And this is the reason why Baba, every day, Baba is giving us so many thoughts so that we can imbibe those thoughts, not just listen to those thoughts, but also we imbibe, we practice, and then we become pure and we become equal to him. So in this Murli, Baba is sharing with us his hopes on us, how Baba wants to see us. Baba, many times Baba had said earlier also that Baba wants every child to take a high status. Baba, with lots of love, Baba says that my every child is like a king, and I want my every child to be seated on the heart throne with a crown. Baba wants all of us to become elevated like him. So Baba has elevated vision for us. He is telling us in this Murli, just like Baba has elevated task of world transformation. Baba's name is elevated, Baba's task is elevated. Similarly, we also have to remember that we are also elevated souls because we are elevated children of elevated Baba. So let's listen to this beautiful Murli where Baba is really sharing how when children are so much intoxicated, when children are so much enthusiastic, then Baba also gives the return of children's enthusiasm and love and cooperation. So let's listen to this Murli of 30th of June, 1977. The title of this Murli is BapDada's Elevated Hopes for Every Brahmin Soul. So Baba is saying, BapDada is pleased to see all the instrument souls who, along with him, are playing their part of being constantly cooperative and bringing benefit to all souls who are elevated and have the fortune of happiness. Seeing the loving souls who stay in the Father's love and who have the deep desire as well as the zeal and enthusiasm to meet the Father gives the return of the children's love and enthusiasm. So Baba gives the return of the children's love and enthusiasm. BapDada knows that all the children have a deep feeling of love and cooperation and also have the elevated thought of becoming equal to the Father. Seeing all of this, BapDada wishes to see the children in their elevated stage with a crown even more elevated than his, to be seated on the heart throne. So as we are listening to this, maybe we can visualize ourselves in this form. Actually, if you closely listen to this, you will realize that Baba is actually looking at our 5 forms. So elevated stage with a crown even more elevated than his, to be seated on the heart throne, to be the sparkling stars in supreme abode, the support of the hearts of all the souls of the world, and the constantly worthy of worship ancestors of all the souls of the world. So our five forms, Baba is looking at our five forms. Starting from the soul world, Baba is seeing our sparkling form, sparkling stars in supreme abode. And then Baba is seeing us with a crown on our heads, seated on the throne in the golden age. And then Baba is also seeing our worship worthy form. And then as a Brahmin, Baba is seeing us as the ancestor souls seated on his heart throne. And then as an angel, Baba is seeing us as the support of the hearts of all the souls of the world. So see how beautifully Baba has combined all our five forms, and Baba is looking at us in this way. So Baba says, the Father has great happiness on seeing the children become so elevated. So all our elevated forms, five forms, Baba is seeing. And then with that, Baba is experiencing great happiness. Then Baba says, every Brahmin soul should remain constantly in the most elevated stage of all with the highest on high Father. Baba wants to see our most elevated form. As your name is so elevated, so your task should be just as elevated. Right? Brahmin's name is so elevated. So Baba says the task should also be just as elevated. Then Baba says, just as you have such elevated prestige in front of the world, so you should also constantly maintain your self-respect and honor. These are the elevated hopes that BapDada has for all the Brahmin souls. And Baba shared with us his elevated hope, how he wants to see us in elevated form. So, what do you have to do about the children? What do you have to do? Now Baba is asking. Now you know what Baba wants from you. So what will you do? How will you fulfill Baba's wish? So Baba says, wear the ornaments, that is the decoration of knowledge, virtues, and powers that you have received from BapDada. So now Baba is telling us the method, how we can be like Baba, as elevated as Baba. When we constantly wear the ornaments of knowledge, virtues, and powers that you have received from BapDada, just as your non-living images are constantly adorned. So you too, in the living form, should always remain adorned, be seated on BapDada's heart throne. So let's take a moment to really feel as if you are sitting in BapDada's heart. Fully decorated with knowledge, virtues, powers, feeling light, feeling happy. And then Baba says, while dancing in super sensuous joy, maintain the intoxication of your angelic form. This is the return you have to give to BapDada. Do you know how to give a return? Then Baba is telling us how we can give a return, what Baba wants from us. So Baba says, let your heart's desire and what you do be the same. The other day Baba said, I think in the Sunday's Murli, that your thinking, your speaking, your doing, all should be same. Yeah. So in this Murli also Baba is saying, whatever you desire, you should do that. Both should be same. It should not be that you want to do something, but you don't do it. Have you adopted your most elevated authority? Baba is asking, which authority? Which authority? The authority to control your physical organs. That is, your servers accurately, as well as the authority to control your subtle powers of the mind, intellect, and sanskars. So Baba is saying that you should have full control, because you are, who are you? You are a king. The soul is a king. So king should have full authority. If the king is powerful, then the king should be able to have control over his entire kingdom. So in the inner kingdom, our three ministers, what are our three ministers in our inner kingdom? The mind, the intellect, and sanskaras. So these ministers, king should have control over these. And then the subjects are our gross senses. They are servers. So we should have full control over both the ministers and also the subjects. So Baba says, so they are your servants. Here Baba is saying they are servants. Have you adopted such authority? Are you able to use your physical organs as the master of all powers and as a master almighty authority? Or do you simply use your authority over the cooperative members of the Brahmin family? That is the souls who help and our service companions. So Baba is asking, how do you use your authority over your ministers, your servants, or the Brahmin family? So Baba is telling now, in connection with Brahmin souls, have feelings of love and cooperation. Do not use authority over them. You have to use your authority to rule your physical organs and subtle powers. And this is what Brahma Baba used to do every night. Before going to sleep, he would hold the court every night and call all the ministers and then talk to them. Oh, my mind, what did you think? Oh, my intellect, what did you decide? What decisions did you make today? So he would talk to all the senses, and then if they had not done something right, then he would scold them also. So Baba says to be subservient to those subtle powers and say that your nature or your sanskars are like that are not the words of an almighty authority. Those who do not use authority over themselves are misusing their authority. This is underline point. If we are not using authority over ourselves, then we are misusing authority. So do not misuse your authority. In the gathering of this meeting, BapDada saw all the children's zeal and enthusiasm, their elevated feelings, and also their desire to benefit the world. You know, in Sunday's Murli, Baba was telling us about the sanskaras, that children, they consider Ravan sanskaras to be their sanskaras. But that is not right. Ravan sanskaras are not your sanskaras. Baba said that father sanskaras are your sanskaras. And what are father sanskaras? What Baba said the other day? Father sanskaras are to benefit the world benefactor. So Baba is the world benefactor. So we should also have benevolent feelings for everyone. So that desire has to be there, that I want to benefit everyone. So the elevated feelings should be there. So Baba says that, yes, Baba saw that in children. But then Baba says, together with this, BapDada also saw their elevated desire to become equal to the Father. However, BapDada only saw these things in terms of thoughts and words. So children, they think about it and they speak about it, but they don't do. So only thinking and speaking is matching, but doing is not matching, Baba is saying. So Baba says, Baba saw that in practice, there is a difference in constantly having the qualifications according to the aim, lakshya or lakshan. They both have to be equal. But Baba said that Baba is seeing the difference. So difference in constantly having the qualifications according to the aim, which should be visible to the self and to others. The art of maintaining a balance now has to be in the ascending stage. You have the thought, but the complete stage for thoughts is to have determined thoughts. So Baba is emphasizing on not just creating thoughts, but thoughts should be determined. So thought is like a seed. You know, every thought is like a seed. But if we just sow a seed and do not water that seed, then the seed is not going to germinate. So determination is like putting water in that seed. And then along with that, sunshine is also needed. So the heat of remembrance. So we have to remember Baba. We have to give light to that thought as well. So constantly giving light and putting water to the thought, water of determination and light of Baba's remembrance. That's what is going to make that thought really successful, fruitful. So Baba says, you have the thought, but the complete stage for thoughts is to have determined thoughts. You have the thought, but determination is needed. Together with your spinning the discus of self-realization, through which Maya has been bidden farewell for all time. There is also at the same time the spinning of the discus of looking at the self. Baba says you are doing that. So the Shan Chakra, you are spinning the cycle. But along with that, what you do, you also spin the cycle of looking at others. Pardarshan, not just Swadershan, but also Pardarshan. So Baba says to look at others is to invoke Maya. No? This is very powerful statement by Baba. To look at others is to invoke Maya, whereas to look at oneself challenges Maya. This is very deep. When we look at others, what they are doing, what they are not doing, then what happens? Those waste comes in the mind, and wherever there is waste, that is invitation for the evil souls to come, evil spirit. That means all the vices, they will enter inside us. On the other hand, if we look at ourselves, look at our specialities, look at our all the beautiful things that Baba has given to us, that means we are then creating a lot of positive energy. We look at ourselves the way Baba is looking at us, then we only see beauty in us. And that actually challenges Maya. Then Maya will not come close to us. It will run away from a distance. So this is really very beautiful, very enlightening point Baba is making here. To look at others is to invoke Maya, whereas to look at oneself challenges Maya. So BapDada is able to see very clearly the wave of the wonderful game of looking at others. Baba also saw that everyone who has the aim of becoming Trikaldarshi in every part within the unlimited drama also becomes Trikaldarshi about wasteful things a great deal. So we use this title of Trikaldarshi in a wrong way. Baba is saying. Then Baba is explaining, you think it happened earlier in the same way. It is the same now, and it will remain the same. So this is negative thinking, negative feeling. Earlier also, I did the same mistake, or maybe somebody did the same mistake, and is doing the same thing now, and it's going to be the same in the future. So that is negative, everything negative. So Baba is saying, you become Trikaldarshi in this way. So do you know? So this is also, in a way, we can say that this is how, thinking negative, visualizing negative, we are invoking Maya. Negativity always invites Maya. So Baba says, do you know something amusing on the path of devotion, which is also copied from you? Baba is now telling something amusing. And what is that? stories of imagination. Baba says, are Ganesh and Hanuman real? However, their stories are so entertaining. So on the path of devotion, they come up with so many entertaining stories. So Baba says, in the same way, you change the reason behind a very trivial matter and create a whole story with your imagination. Baba says, you are very good at creating stories. You use mind to imagine something in a wrong way. So Baba says, those who listen to these stories and relate them do so with great interest and also give a lot of their time to them. So Baba says, you create stories and then you also listen someone's stories, or maybe you create stories and others, they listen to your stories and you relate them with so much interest that they also start believing in those stories. And then their time also gets wasted. So you waste your time, your energy, your thoughts, and also the same you do with others. So double loss. So Baba says, BapDada saw this wave too. The teaching that BapDada always gives in order for you to be loving to everyone and claim a high status is, so what is the elevated teaching that BapDada is giving to us? Change the self. However, instead of changing yourself, you think of changing the situations or changing other souls. You think, if this one changes, I will be fine. I will be transformed if this situation changes. I will change if I receive these facilities. Or I will transform if I receive cooperation and support. So Baba says, what would be the result of this? You're trying to change the situation, trying to change the people around you, and you are not changing yourself. So what would be the result? So Baba says, when any transformation takes place on the basis of a support, then this is also a very deep point, that if we take support from others to bring about any kind of transformation, then Baba says, then the reward for birth after birth is also based on some support. The account of your income is shared out according to how much support you take in every situation. It is like, as if you are, for example, if there is some agent or someone is involved in getting you a ticket or something, then you need to give the commission also to that agent because you took the support. So there was someone in between. Instead of taking the ticket directly, you ask someone to get it for you. So then you will have to give some commission to that person who is in between. So it's the same here. I was saying, you take support from someone, then you have to give something to that person. So your income will be shared. And what is that income? Baba is telling, because you are unable to accumulate anything in your account. So in this case, you have to really give everything. So you are not able to accumulate anything in your account. You remain deprived of the happiness and power of having accumulated. Therefore, always keep the aim of transforming yourself. You yourself have to be an image of support for the world. So who am I? Baba is asking us to be in this self-respect. Who am I? I, the soul, am an image of support for the world. So I can't take support from others. I am myself an image of support for the world. So Baba says, apart from the support from the Father, all other temporary supports will leave you at the time of need. That's why Baba always says, Baba is your only strength, one support. You should not take support from anyone else because everything is temporary. So Baba says, those perishable supports that constantly shake will always bring you into some kind of upheaval. As one finishes, another one will take birth. And through this, all your other powers will be wasted. Furthermore, as you move along, because you are careless, you repeatedly use words of weakness with great pride and without hesitation. You say it while considering it to be honesty and cleanliness. What do you say? Now Baba is telling us. What do we say? I am disturbed, but I will definitely prove something. What will you prove? What will you prove? Will you show some kind of turmoil, or will you definitely become something worthwhile? Just look and you will see that there is some disservice. I am weak and influenced by my sanskaras. I am not able to change. You will have to help me overcome this. Many very easily use these types of words to show their courage or to suppress others or threaten them. When BapDada sees that, after having these thoughts, some souls even put them into words or actions. He feels mercy for them. Who experiences a loss in this? Baba is asking. They think that it is the father's loss or a loss in service. They think damage would be caused to the father. However, those who create sanskars in these aspects become instruments to cause themselves a loss. According to the drama, the task of world service is guaranteed to succeed. No one can prevent this from happening. The Baba says it's God's task. It's going to happen. No one can prevent this from happening. BapDada has become the instrument to give you a multi-million-fold return for one. He makes children instruments for service. For anything you do, you receive a multi-million fold reward. See, our Baba is so generous hearted. We do little and we get so much. So Baba is saying, for anything you do, you receive a multi-million fold reward. Children have been made instruments to make their fortune. The task cannot be shaken by those who might fluctuate themselves. Every cycle, the destiny of victory is fixed. Right? So it's going to happen. Therefore, transform your weak language, that is, bring benefit to yourself. So Baba is saying that if you're talking in such a way, then you are yourself harming yourself. Actually, yourself will not be benefited in any way by speaking like that. Weak language. So transform your language, Baba is saying. Therefore, become powerful in the task of world benefit and create your future. Create your future.
So shall we stop here today and continue tomorrow, the rest of the Murli?
Sure, sure. Yeah, it's a long Murli. So let's stop here and maybe we can say Namaste to Baba. The spiritual father says Namaste to spiritual children, and we spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. So let's take a moment to really absorb what Baba said to us in this Murli. Just 1 minute of silence, maybe, and you can then share your points. Om Shanti. Yes, whoever wants to share can share. I think few of you have shared. Do not misuse your authority. I'm an instrument soul playing part along with the Father, loving, cooperative, and bringing benefit to all elevated souls. Yes. Yes, good. Anyone else would like to share? You can share.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning, Sister. So I like the point at which Baba says, like, where Baba would like to see every Brahmin soul so elevated, very high, same as the Father. And Baba says we are so elevated. So Baba also said, we are the decoration, ornaments, virtues, powers, that all we get from Baba, and Baba is adorning all that every day. So we have to stabilize ourselves in BapDada's heart form. And, would like to, yeah, and Baba want to see as our thoughts and words are in harmony, and action also should be in harmony. It's not that we think something and speak something and do something. They all should be in harmony. So Bhaktada is a very nice hope for all of us. Yeah, so I think I'm going to work towards to get there. Om Shanti, thank you.
Baba says, don't be dependent or take support of external situations or people to transform yourself. Indeed, transform yourself and be the image of support. And he's given the whole knowledge behind what happens if you take a support to transform yourself. And very nicely he's explained how does the account goes, what is accumulated and what is just for the moment, and then it gets it gets nullified or set off. So that's the point for me to practice, that change my own self, check my own self and transform. Om Shanti.
Baba doesn't like we children looking at others. Baba would want us to look at within ourselves. Baba says looking at others is nothing but you are invoking Maya. Yeah, so Baba clearly mentioned that we have to look at ourselves.
Baba says, many times that you should not have par darshan, par chintan, par mat. And then fourth one is Dadi Janki added this par dosh. You should stay away from all these four par. But what you should think of is be paropkari. It's benefiting everyone. So in this Murli, Baba only talked about par darshan, but usually Baba talks about all these things starting with par. It should not we should be away from all of this. Parchintan, pardarshan, parmat, and pardosh. Because it is so easy to blame others, in today's world. Putting blame on others is so easy. So pardosh and parchintan is thinking about others, what others did, what others did not do. And then looking at others is pardarshan. And then parmat, what they are wanting and what is their opinion, instead of thinking about what Baba's opinion is, what Baba's directions are. Sometimes people are drawn towards what others are directing, others are saying. So we have to be very careful not to have all of this in our lives. But always, Baba said, think about, look at yourself, and swachintan and swadarshan.
So if we look at sister, why does this Paradarshan comes, or why we or the souls have this habit of looking at others or looking everything outside? I think that is also a sanskar that has been developed over a period of time for anything and everything. Look at others or follow others, what others are doing, what outside in the world are, right? It's like a copying thing from others. If you can throw some light on it, that would be good. Why people do this paradarshan? Why are they not able to look within themselves?
I think to a great extent, it is all because of that inner emptiness. And that emptiness is because of forgetfulness. We forget our own treasures. We forget our own beautiful, qualities, our own consciousness. When we get distracted from all of that, then we are we are pulled towards what is outside of us. Instead of then looking at what we have, we start looking at what others have, because we lose our own identity. We lose who we really are. We lose touch with reality, that we are the ones. We lose our self-respect. And because of that, we are drawn towards others. And this is the reason, again and again, Baba reminds us in everyday's Murli, who are you? Remind yourself that you are a soul. And you are not an ordinary soul. You are a special soul. I have given you everything. So look at yourself. Look at your inner treasures. Open your third eye and use your third eye to look at yourself. So I think that is the main reason why that sanskara, it emerges the moment we forget ourselves. So we have to, yeah.
Absolutely. So the practice requires here is to concentrate on some of the points and then look within. So we'll have to create a new sanskara of taking a U-turn, right, to within, and then do a touring and then see what all that we can explore within ourselves, or sightseeing everything that we should do within us. The more one engage themselves doing this, right, the better it is for them. They will be all away from all this paradarshan.
Yes.
Right?
We need to savor, what we have, instead of going out and savoring other things.
And towards the end, there is another interesting point that which Baba said is according to the drama, the task of world service, right? Guarantee to success. No one can prevent this from happening. So if you look at it, when the Yajna history is actually clearly explaining that where it started, and now all the senior sisters, dadis, and everybody's gone. Still, day by day, if you look at it, the service and the parivar, everything is getting stronger and stronger. The establishment is getting wider and wider, right?
Yes, there is expansion. Expansion is happening. When you go to Abu, you will see, every time, every year when I go to Abu, I will see, some or the other new construction happening. It's expanding and expanding like anything. The entire Abu, one of the Murlis Baba had said that the entire Abu will become yours. And that is what is happening. Everywhere there is Baba's flag. Yeah. I think someone was saying something. Please go ahead. Okay, so shall we close? Anyone has anything to say before we end?
We can move on to meditation.
Okay, so let's together stabilize ourselves in this awareness that I, the soul, am a master, a self-sovereign soul, master, almighty authority, seated on the heart throne of Baba, fully decorated, wearing a beautiful crown of purity, and experiencing super sensuous joy. Feel Baba's love flowing towards you, giving you the experience that you have never experienced before. Baba's love is filling you with powers, giving you the strength, the energy to bring about the transformation in yourself. Taking Baba's energy, absorbing Baba's pure love. Now see yourself completely transformed. into a beautiful angel in a body of light. You're flying like an angel, spreading Baba's light and might across the entire globe, filling the souls with Baba's love, becoming an image of support for everyone. You are an angel, a powerful angel of love. A world transformer, a world server. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll read the rest of the Murli tomorrow. Okay. And I think someone asked about the background picture. Actually, this is not a picture. This is the place where we conduct meditation. So this is a real image. Yeah. And this poster is from Mount Abu. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Kanishta sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.